100 days into a war that has choked global trade, Iran is realizing that blocking the world's most vital choke point is no longer enough to win the peace. Hello and welcome to NewsX. I'm Kashish Dhawan. As the US-Iran conflict hits its 100th day, we have entered a bizarre, tense new normal. Neither Washington nor Tehran wants to break off talks completely. Yet, both continue trading calculated strategic strikes. Deep in the Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz remains blocked. On paper, this gives Tehran immense leverage. But on the ground, time is Iran's worst enemy. Hit by a crushing economic crisis and a staggering 80% year-on-year inflation rate, Iran is desperately needing to turn the military posture into tangible gains. It needs its blocked assets unfrozen, sanctions removed, and the US blockade lifted. But Washington is playing the long game, relying on its own naval blockade without launching a full-scale war. For Tehran, this waiting game is unsustainable. The Strait of Hormuz is great for deterrence, but it isn't forcing America to make decisive concessions. And that is why Iran is threatening to expand the battlefield. Senior Iranian officials have warned that if $24 billion in frozen assets aren't released, Iran will push its punitive actions into the Red Sea, the Bab el-Mandeb, and crucially, the Mediterranean. While the Houthis can seize the Red Sea, it's Lebanon's Hezbollah that holds the underutilized arsenal capable of locking down the Mediterranean. But why is Iran linking a peace deal so heavily to Lebanon, rather than ongoing devastating conflict in Gaza? Historically, Iran's regional identity has been hardwired to the Palestinian cause. Yet, since April, Tehran's negotiating posture has prioritized Lebanon. Following intense diplomatic friction, a tripartite action recently recommitted Israel, Lebanon, and the US to a fragile April ceasefire, prompting the US President Donald Trump to note that Washington is speaking to Hezbollah and that he would even consider meeting Iran's supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei. So what is the strategy here? It comes down to two cold, hard geopolitical realities. First is the leverage. Iran knows that Israel is likely to violate the fragile Lebanon ceasefire. To Tehran, this isn't just a risk, it is a strategic option. Every time Israel strikes South Lebanon, Tehran gains a fresh casus belli, a justification to tighten its chokehold on the Strait of Hormuz, or resume missile attacks whenever it feels Washington is slow-pedaling a deal. As Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi bluntly put, this war will end only when it ends in Lebanon as well. Now, Lebanon, it is the pressure point Iran is using to squeeze Washington. Now, second is realism. Iran is hyper-aware of Washington's political boundaries. The US is far more likely to apply heavy pressure on Israel regarding Lebanon than it will regarding the Gaza. If Iran conditioned a peace deal on a total Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, talks would bog down indefinitely, leaving Iran economically suffocated and strategically trapped. Now, by prioritizing Lebanon, Iran chooses a fight where Washington actually has the leverage and the willingness to force an Israeli compromise. Ultimately, neither Washington nor Tehran wants this 100-day war to become a multi-year catastrophe. Both still prefer a deal. But just as the US used military action in March to dictate terms, Iran is now using the volatile status of Lebanon to do the exact same. The organic pressures inside the conflict are building to a boiling point. Either this fragile ceasefire breaks completely, or Washington and Tehran will be forced into an interim agreement. But now, one thing is certain. The road to peace for Iran no longer runs through the Persian Gulf or even Gaza. It runs directly through Beirut. Thank you for watching.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.